I can't forget you, Sarah. I shouldn't have left you that night. The old man in a coma kept repeating these words. Nurse Jessica decided to find this woman, but when she called, the voice on the other end changed her life forever. ... From which city around the world are you watching this video today? Write it in the comments. And if you believe unforgettable love stories deserve to be told, don't forget to subscribe. In room 314, on the third floor of Denver Memorial Hospital, 82-year-old William Bill Richardson had been in a coma for 3 weeks. After suffering a heart attack, his brain functions were severely affected. Doctors weren't giving much hope. A few weeks at most, they said. Bill Richardson had no visitors. His file didn't even have emergency contact information. It only noted no known relatives. The nurses at the hospital had seen such cases before. Lonely, elderly people, completely alone at the end of life. But Bill was different because despite being in a coma, he was talking. Especially at night. Night shift nurse Jessica Martinez, 28 years old, had 5 years of experience in her profession. She had moved to Denver from Los Angeles 2 years ago, seeking a quieter life. Tonight, as always, she was doing her patient rounds when she entered room 314 at 2:30 a.m. Bill was mumbling again. He always said the same things, but tonight it was clearer, more understandable. Sarah, please get away from here. Dangerous. I can't forget you, Sarah, I shouldn't have left you that night. Forgive me, Jessica stopped. She had gotten used to this name for 3 weeks. But tonight, Bill's voice was more painful, more desperate, as if he was talking to someone in his dream, arguing with them. Forgive me, Sarah, I couldn't protect you. It's all my fault. Oh God, I lost you. Jessica approached Bill. There were tears on the old man's face. She knew that people in comas could cry, but this was different. This was real pain. Who is this Sarah, I wonder? Jessica thought. Someone who was never mentioned in Bill's file. Maybe an ex-wife, but there were no marriage records. Maybe a sister, but there was no family member information either. The next night, the same thing happened. Bill was calling Sarah's name again. Sarah, run away from here. Those men are coming. I can't let them take you. I love you, Sarah. Why didn't you leave? This time Jessica listened more carefully. There was a story in what Bill was saying, as if a danger, an escape, a separation story. On the third night, Jessica couldn't stand it anymore. During her shift, she examined Bill's file more thoroughly. William Richardson, born 1942, retired mechanical engineer, never married, living in Denver for 40 years. Last address was a small apartment on Colfax Avenue. But Jessica noticed something else. There was an old photograph found in Bill's wallet, black and white, looking like it was from the 1960s. In the photo were a young man and a beautiful woman. Writing on the back, Bill and Sarah, summer 65, so there really is such a person, Jessica thought. But then where is she? Why isn't she at the hospital? Why is Bill so alone? The next day during work hours, Jessica began researching hospital records. She was trying to find someone named Sarah, but searching based only on a first name was nearly impossible. Then another idea came to mind. She could research the neighbors in Bill's apartment building. Maybe someone would know Sarah. After her shift ended, Jessica went to Bill's address. It was an old apartment building dating from the 1960s. When she asked the doorman about Bill Richardson, the old man sadly shook his head. Ah, Bill, poor man. He's lived here for 40 years. Never talks to anyone, never has visitors, just goes to work and comes back. That's all. Do you know anyone named Sarah? Someone who might be related to Bill? The doorman thought. Sarah, Sarah, Wait a minute. Years ago, maybe 15 to 20 years ago, a woman came here. She was asking about Bill, but Bill didn't want to see her. It was a very strange situation. Jessica's heart raced. What was this woman like? She was elderly, in her 60s or so. She looked very sad. She said she wanted to talk to Bill, but Bill wouldn't even open the door. The woman waited for hours, then left crying. Do you know her name? No, but wait. She left a paper that day. Maybe it's still there? The doorman rummaged through an old notebook. Here it is. Sarah Williams. There's a phone number too. Jessica's hands trembled. Finally, she had found her. But now what would she do? What would she say when she called this Sarah? That evening at home, Jessica stared at the phone for a long time. Finally, she gathered her courage and dialed the number. After a few rings, an elderly woman's voice answered. Hello, this is Jessica Martinez. I'm calling from Denver Memorial Hospital. Am I speaking with Sarah Williams? Yes, that's me. Did you say hospital? What happened? Jessica took a deep breath. I wanted to ask you about William Richardson. Bill Richardson. There was a long silence on the phone. Then she heard Sarah breathing, as if she was about to start crying. Bill, what happened to Bill? Is he okay? Unfortunately, he's in bad condition. He had a heart attack. He's currently in a coma. We're trying to contact you, because, I'm coming right away. Which hospital did you say? Denver Memorial. But, are you a relative of Bill's? Sarah's voice broke. I'm his, It's a very long story. I'll be there in half an hour. While Jessica waited for Sarah, she was worried. There was a reason Bill kept saying get away from here. Maybe he didn't want to see Sarah. Maybe something bad had happened between them. 45 minutes later, an elderly woman appeared at the hospital entrance, around 75 years old, gray-haired, but still maintaining her beauty. She carried a small bag, her eyes tearful. Are you Jessica Martinez? I'm Sarah Williams. As Jessica led her to Bill's room, Sarah kept rubbing her hands. It's been 57 years since we last saw each other, she said. 57 years. When they entered room 314, Sarah stopped. When she saw Bill, she covered her mouth with her hand and began to cry silently. Oh, Bill, what have you been through? Jessica led Sarah to Bill's side. I need to tell you something. Throughout the time Bill has been in a coma, he's been constantly calling your name. He calls out to Sarah, saying I shouldn't have left you. Sarah took Bill's hand. He didn't leave me. She whispered. I left him. Jessica asked curiously. What happened? What was between you? Sarah sat in the chair, still holding Bill's hand. It was 1965. I was 18. He was 23. We met at university. We were madly in love with each other. We were planning to get married. She paused, wiping her tears. But things were different then. My family didn't want Bill. He came from a poor family. My father was a wealthy businessman. They said, he's not at your level. Jessica listened, but Bill's words were still on her mind. But why does Bill say get away from here? It's dangerous. Sarah's face changed. That night, in 1967, Bill was trying to protect me from my family. My father had threatened Bill. He said if he comes near my daughter again, bad things will happen to him. She paused, trying to breathe. That night, Bill was dropping me off at home, but my father's men were waiting at the house. Bill noticed this and told me, get away from here. He was trying to protect me. What happened that night? My father's men beat Bill very badly. He was hospitalized, and I was scared. I was afraid of my family, afraid of what would happen to Bill, and I ran away. Sarah started crying. I went to another city. I ran away from Bill. I left him alone when he needed me most. Jessica's heart tightened. What happened after that? I got married to someone else, to someone my family chose. I was married for 40 years, but not a single day past that I didn't think of Bill. Not a single day that I didn't blame myself. Sarah held Bill's hand tighter. After my husband died 20 years ago, I came looking for Bill, but he didn't want to see me. He wouldn't even open the door. He had every right. Of course, I had abandoned him, but now you're here, because I still love him. 57 years have passed, but I still love him. And I know he loves me too, because if he didn't love me, he wouldn't be calling my name at this age. That night, Sarah stayed by Bill's side. With Jessica's permission, she waited in intensive care, and toward morning, a miracle happened. At 5:30 a.m., Bill's eyes opened. The first thing he saw was Sarah's face. Sarah, he whispered, are you real? Sarah smiled through her tears. I'm real, Bill. I'm here. But I told you to go to that night. I was trying to protect you. I know. And you protected me, but I was a coward. I left you. Can you forgive me? Bill smiled weakly. I don't need to forgive you, Sarah, because you never did anything wrong. You were just trying to be safe. Sarah held Bill's hand with both hands. I missed you for 57 years. Every day. I missed you too. I never married because I only loved you. Jessica watched this scene from a distance. She couldn't hold back her tears. Two lovers reunited after 57 years. Lost time, regrets, but most importantly, love that never ended. In the following days, Bill's condition improved rapidly. Doctors said it was a miracle, but Jessica knew the reason. Bill had found a reason to live. Sarah came to the hospital every day. They talked together, remembered old days, tried to make up for lost years. 2 weeks later, when Bill was discharged, Sarah took him home, not to her own house, but to a new house together. When they came to visit Jessica, they were holding hands. Both were old. Their hair was white, but in their eyes was the sparkle of first young love. I don't know how we can thank you, Sarah said. If you hadn't made that call, we would never have met again. Bill added, we lost 57 years, but we'll spend our remaining time together. Jessica smiled. Sometimes love defies time. Sometimes true love never ends. 6 months later, Bill and Sarah got married at 82 and 75 years old. Their wedding was small, just a few friends and hospital staff. But they were so happy that their age didn't matter at all. On the wedding day, Sarah told Jessica, you know, don't you, if it weren't for you, Bill would have died alone, and I would never have forgiven myself. Jessica replied, sometimes we're just the bridge. True love finds its own way. This story teaches us this. True love never ends. Time passes, people age, life changes, but the love we keep in our hearts never disappears. Bill and Sarah lost 57 years, but when they finally found each other, it was as if they had never been apart, because true love is the only thing that stops time. Do you have someone you lost in your life too? Maybe it's time to reach out to them, because life is short, but love is eternal. If you liked this story, don't forget to subscribe. We're here for true love stories.